Is the price to be paid for protection your freedom? Are we heading in a very dangerous direction with the internet and perhaps all of our lives? I may or may not answer these and more questions when we talk about loot boxes. They are banned in Brazil, or are they? And what's the price? What's the catch? My name is Felipe Pereira Simeone. This is the FPS Factor. Stick around, subscribe, give me a like, etc. Helps out the channel immensely. So, I heard the news, you guys in the United States probably didn't, that Brazil banned loot boxes. Ooh, very nice, very pro-consumer choice. Actually, our consumer agencies are very good at protecting us from greedy corporations. Different from the United States. I pity you guys in this regard. But the problem is overreach. Just like in the European Union, that they are having some problems. This is foreshadowing. Here we can see a new law has been passed concerning loot boxes, among other things. Keep it in mind. São vedadas as caixas de recompensa loot boxes oferecidas em jogos eletrônicos direcionados a criança, adolescente ou de acesso provável por eles, nos termos da respectiva classificação indicativa. Obviously, you guys have no idea what I'm talking about here because it's Portuguese. I'm Brazilian. So, I give you guys this. It's this way. What? My camera is a little strange here. Loot boxes offered in electronic games aimed at children and adolescents or likely to be accessible by them are prohibited in accordance with the respective age rating. So, if you have seen the news that loot boxes are banned in Brazil, it's not that, unfortunately. I did celebrate a little bit when I heard the news, but it's not the case. They are banned, they are prohibited to be sold to children and adolescents. So, children and teenagers cannot buy them. If you have been following UK stuff, you know where this leads to. Unfortunately. What are loot boxes? Here in the law itself, we have a good explanation. Putting the raw text, then the translation for you guys to see. This is all from planalto.gov.br. It's the official website where they publish new laws, among various other things. This caixa de recompensa, caixa de recompensa, reward box. Functionality available in certain electronic games that allow the player to acquire, upon payment, consumable virtual items or random advantages redeemable by the player or the user, without prior knowledge of their content or guarantee of their effective usefulness. This is another pitfall for the government, because gaming companies they're anything but stupid when it comes to having their microtransactions. So they will use this to circumvent this kind of thing. For example, without prior knowledge of their content. You can say, oh, this is all the content that comes in. They can say, guarantee their effective usefulness. Oh, all the items inside are useful. And they can circumvent it. But even if they are completely banned for children and adolescents, we have this problem here. Sufficient probability and attractivity of a product, sufficient likelihood of use and attractiveness of the information technology product or service by children and teens, because this is not only regarding loot boxes, but also regarding social media, regarding interaction in games, in other places such as the social media itself, for kids not to be exposed to drugs, to sexual abuse, to pornography. Once again, if you know what's coming, you don't need to be a seer in any way. Para dar efetividade ao disposto no caput, deverão ser adotados mecanismos confiáveis de verificação de idade. To give effect to the provisions of the caput, reliable age verification mechanisms must be adopted each time the user accesses the content, product, or service referred to in the caput of this article, with self-declaration prohibited. Content, product, or service, including anything pornographic, anything that has any type of loot boxes, anything that has interactions that might have children in it. That's the problem. It's not that, oh, Brazil is banning loot boxes, yeah! No. Brazil is trying to say, at least it's what they say they're doing, protecting children. Problem is same with the European Union, where they passed the Child Safety Act. They're going to mandate age verification for everyone and keep your information with them for everything you do on the internet. This is the problem. I did not particularly like the last government of Brazil, not because of their moral ideology or anything like that. I believe to each their own. But the government was very ineffective in all that it tried to do seriously. And also they were very, very corrupt. Not that the current one is not corrupt. I believe most of the politicians should have a GoPro on their head 24/7, and their bank account should be open to everyone, so that they couldn't steal our money all the time. But the previous government was a little bit trigger happy with trying to get the opposition to shut up. With a law like this, it's the same thing as canceling. You have one government implementing tools that can help cancel people, or in this case even censor people, and it's going to be used by another one too. I don't know where do governments take the idea that they are going to keep the power forever. Each party has its time, usually. This is how democracies work. So yeah, we might get an autocrat government that monitors our online activities. And if you say anything bad about the government, they're gonna shut you down. Any means necessary. We already had a dictatorship here in Brazil. It was kind of like this. But there were people, going around checking. We didn't have internet at the time, so people were going around. If there were any group of 3 or more people together, the police would come and say, "Oh, disband. We want no groups in here. What are you doing? You look like a hippie. You look like a commie." I don't like communism, but to get anyone that's using communism as a scapegoat to arrest your opposition is not very good. If we had this tool at the time, half of Brazil would be in jail, tortured and killed by the government. It is very, very bad, actually. We are heading in the same path as Europe. The UK, especially. I think it's UK, yeah, that has the Online Child Safety Act. And we're heading in the direction of digital ID, probably in the upcoming months, perhaps a year or two. I'd say we are going to implement it because we do follow Europe rather than the US in laws. So, guys, pray for us. Because I was so happy when I heard that loot boxes were getting banned. Oh, okay, pro-consumer, etc. But no, it's just censorship of the internet. We're heading, as I asked in the beginning, we are heading towards a very, very dangerous direction, especially considering Brazil's history. Not everything is good news. We gotta keep fighting. Same thing with the credit card companies. We gotta keep fighting them because the government won't help us. They're already implementing the age verification stuff. And then the credit card companies are trying to censor because they don't like the content. I don't like the content. The government, don't like the content. The credit card company, don't like the content. You are not getting access to it. Yeah, not good. Let's fight them. Don't forget to call Visa and MasterCard. Pester them. Anyway, thank you guys so very much. Until next video. Bye bye. Thank you.